Have you ever felt that crushing weight? The one that comes right after a spectacular fall. You poured your heart, your soul, your sleepless nights into something, only to watch it crumble. Maybe it was a business venture that didn't take off, or a relationship that ended, a personal goal that just slipped through your fingers. It's a gut punch. A moment so heavy you feel like you might just stay down for good. I've been there. We all have. That feeling of hitting rock bottom, looking up and thinking, is this it? Is this the end of the story? But what if I told you that this very moment, this point of absolute defeat, isn't an ending? What if it's the most powerful beginning you could ever ask for? It sounds like a cliché, right? A nice little platitude to make you feel better. But it's not. It's a fundamental truth about growth, success, and the human spirit. Today, we're not going to just talk about bouncing back. We're going to talk about launching forward, using the very ground that broke your fall as a launchpad for your greatest ascent. Let's get one thing straight: failure hurts. It's supposed to. It's a signal, a flashing red light on the dashboard of your life telling you something isn't working. Our first instinct is often to ignore it, to pretend it didn't happen, or worse, to let it define us. We start telling ourselves a story. I'm a failure. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. This internal narrative is far more destructive than the actual failure itself. The event is temporary. The story you tell yourself can last a lifetime if you let it. So, the first step in rising from the ashes is to rewrite that story. You are not your failure. You are the person who had the courage to try. You are the person who dared to put yourself out there, knowing it might not work out. That takes guts. That takes strength. And that strength is still inside you, even if it's buried under a pile of disappointment right now. Acknowledge the pain. Let yourself feel it. Grieve the loss of what could have been. But don't build a house there. You're just a visitor in the land of sorrow, not a permanent resident. Think about the greatest success stories you know. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter found a home. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Their stories aren't famous because they never failed. They're famous because of how they responded to failure. They saw it not as a verdict, but as feedback. They didn't see a closed door. They saw a detour pointing them toward a different, better path. This is the mindset shift we need to cultivate. Every no you receive, every project that collapses, every plan that goes awry is a masterclass in what doesn't work. It's invaluable data. If you start a business and it fails, you don't just walk away with debt. You walk away with a PhD in market research, customer relations, and financial planning that no university could ever teach you. You learn resilience. You learn humility. You learn who your true friends are. These lessons are the raw materials, the very stepping stones for your future success. So, how do we practically start building with these stones instead of just tripping over them? The first step is analysis, without blame. Look at the situation objectively. What went wrong? Be brutally honest with yourself. Was it a lack of preparation? Was it a flawed strategy? Was it bad timing? Was it something completely out of your control? Isolating the variables allows you to learn without drowning in self-criticism. Write it down. Make a list of the lessons learned. This act of externalizing your thoughts transforms a messy, emotional experience into a structured learning opportunity. Next, find the pivot. Failure rarely means you have to abandon your dream entirely. More often than not, it means you need to adjust your approach. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each failure was simply a pivot towards the one way that did. Maybe your business idea was sound, but your target audience was wrong. Maybe your goal was realistic, but your timeline was not. Look for the element you can change, the small adjustment you can make. This isn't about starting over from scratch, it's about course correcting with a newfound wisdom. And here's a crucial part: You don't have to do it alone. When we fail, our instinct is to hide, to retreat into our shells out of shame. But this is the exact moment you need to reach out. Talk to a trusted friend, a mentor, a family member. Sharing your story strips it of its power over you. You'll be amazed how many people respond with, "Me too." This connection reminds you that failure is a universal human experience, not a personal indictment. It's part of the game of life. Seeking support, whether from loved ones or a mental health professional, isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of profound strength and self-awareness. Now, let's talk about momentum. After a fall, the hardest part is taking that first step again. It's terrifying. The voice of doubt is screaming in your ear, replaying your last failure on a loop. So, don't try to climb the whole mountain in one day. Start with a small, manageable step. A tiny win. If your last venture failed, your next step isn't to launch a new global enterprise. Maybe it's just to read a book on marketing, or to have coffee with someone in your field, or simply to write down one new idea. Each small victory builds confidence. It's like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets, until taking bigger and bolder steps feels natural again. Remember that you are forging armor. Every setback, every challenge, every moment of doubt you overcome adds another layer to your resilience. You become tougher, wiser, more adaptable. The person who has never failed is brittle. They live in fear of that first crack. But the person who has failed and risen again is forged in fire. They know they can withstand the heat. They know they can survive the fall. This deep, unshakable self-belief is the ultimate reward of embracing your failures. So, look at the rubble around you. Those aren't just broken pieces of your past. Those are your stepping stones. Each one holds a lesson. Each one is proof that you dared. Pick one up. Feel its weight. Acknowledge the story it tells. And then, place it firmly beneath your feet and step up. Then do it again, and again. The view from the top is beautiful, but it's the climb, the journey over those very stones of failure, that makes you the person worthy of that view. Your story isn't over. The best chapter is just beginning. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content on building a resilient and fulfilling life. Your support means the world. Take that first step. I believe in you.